Hi. I'm Geraldine and I'm a volunteer at ICHH. So for about 4.5 years ago, and my sister phoned me, lives down the road here, and I only live behind Conley Station. She says to me, Inner City Health and Homeless are looking for a hairdresser to go and cut the homeless people's hair. She says, why don't you go down? I said, all right then. So I went down. I had to retire from hairdressing a few years ago because I have arthritis, and but like, you never forget what to do. Anyway, I must have cut 100 or 150 hairs that day. People have this perception about homeless people, like, oh, that guy on the street, or he's dirty, or he's wherever. But they were sitting in the chair and they were like, now I want this cut here, and will you mind, I'll leave this bit at the top, and I like me fringe, and give a look in that mirror, and is that all right? Oh yeah, will you just cut another little bit off that? And they were really fuzzy, And that was it then. I filled out a volunteer form, and a volunteer coordinator Anne brought me in, and she gave me an induction and told me what they'd done and how everything works out. And I thought, oh, this is great. Yeah, I come in. She says, what would you like to do? I says, anything, She says, well, I'm stuck for someone to make sandwiches on a certain day. I says, great. And I'd like to go out with the outreach team at night. So I started doing that, and I loved that. So I done that for about 1.5 years, going out at night time and all. And at first, I have to say, it was very difficult, because when you got home, you were like, oh my God, the people who were at the meeting, and you were just like, it's not nice, Some of the people are really down on the luck. Maybe they'd had a great job and lost their job and ended up in this situation by complete accident. It could happen to any of us, and that really gets you. And when you get home, you start thinking about it, and it's really hard to wind down, Lo and behold, the pandemic came, and it just got crazy. We now had people who were on COVID-19 payment. It could be just one person, one adult, getting 350 needs to feed a whole family. The phone calls were coming in crazy. But if you understand, then our CEO had to make the decision that you can't have all these people in this building, like social distancing and all. The workload got more, but with less people. The fear for the families with their children stuck in a hub, in one room. Imagine in a hotel room, and you're stuck there and you have 3 kids. What did they do? You're not to go outside the door, especially in the beginning. I can't imagine what the arguments were like in a room with a teenager and, say maybe a 14-year-old and, a 10-year-old or wherever, and they only have a small space. All of a sudden, as you know, they release a lot of prisoners early, but we had people knocking on the door, only out of prison, no clothes, no money. They might have gone home, or they might have stayed at a friend's house. Well then, because of all this, their friends were saying, well, actually you can't stay here. They weren't registered as homeless, so we had to try get them registered, try and get them a hostel. We get them clothes ready, underwear, jackets, and then if they had to sleep rough for a few nights, we had to give them sleeping bags, I found that the homeless people on the streets, it became extremely difficult for them, because all the restaurants were closed, all the takeaways were closed. Where are they going to go to the toilet? Nobody thinks about it. Where are they supposed to wash their hands every few minutes of the day? Like, where are they supposed to go to have a shower? Now, I'm amazed that a huge percentage of them didn't get the virus. I'm amazed. I don't know how they didn't. because they were all still mixing with each other, and don't forget they only have each other. Anyway, I feel in that way during this COVID the homeless people were forgotten about. We were getting hot meals here every evening ever since the COVID, every evening. So it might be takeaway, it might be curry, it might be burger and chips or whatever. So what we were doing is we were getting it in the evening. We'd give out some at the door wherever we could if anyone called and wherever. We had to stop our outreach team, our walking teams. Well, we couldn't have all them. They can't walk around the streets. They're supposed to be social distancing. So what we had to do is we had to get our 2 vans and adapt them. We got some PPE gear, which was fantastic. And I remember putting all the stuff on, and you had to tie it at the back, and then you're getting in and out of the van, and you've got, you have to jump, like you go down the road and you have to jump out of the van. Oh, there's a person, there's another person. So anyway, it was kind of funny in a way, a little bit of a joke, The bingos, you heard about the bingos, that they were having here in the inner city or in the flats or wherever. Some of the people were doing bingo, but they were giving us the money. Yeah, I actually think like a lot of people who do volunteer for people, you're doing it okay. Initially you're doing it because you want to help someone else, but actually we all do it because it makes us feel good, inside, to be helpful, where we can.